Having house guests can be a risky affair because, sure, there's the thrill of enjoying joyful times and merriment with acquaintances and the hospitality of one's own residence, but there also lies the inevitability that you'll eventually get that one guy with whom the hospitality will go too far, the one who eats all of the food. This poses an issue. This isn't fair. You bought the food, yet he benefits and you don't. Quite the opposite, actually. When someone gains economic benefit at the expense of a third party, this is a market failure, in particular, a negative externality. You see, the cost occurred upon you, the unfortunate third party, aside from the private cost to your gluttonous perpetrator, is a marginal external cost, which when added to your friend's marginal private cost, makes up the marginal social cost. Since the MSC here is higher than the MPC, we have a negative externality, which entails a higher equilibrium price and lower equilibrium quantity than at the socially optimum level, or the amount that best suits all of society, and creates a deadweight loss, which is the loss of benefit to society when your crummy friend commits such injustice as eating too much of your food. The moral of our graph is that you need to end his misdeeds now. Do it for the benefit of society. While sheer brutality may seem like a logical fix in the short run, it would be advisable to take a more gentlemanly route and do it the economic way. In order to fix a negative externality, one ought to employ a Pigovian tax, which is where we force him to pay to prevent or offset the damage he has done to the economy by eating. There are two ways to go about such a tax. One way is to make him pay by lump sum, where we could assume that our friend will eat about $100 worth of food, so we'll give him free rein to your food sources as long as he pays you with a cool hundy up front. However, this specific down payment can enable him to plow remorselessly through your reserves and devour up to maybe even $200 worth of food. The marginal social cost doesn't shift at all, and everything remains in stasis. This is bad. Since lump sums are never the answer, the best way to go would be with a per-unit tax. This is where we could assign a value to each unit of food, say $10, and force him to pay back that much for every unit he consumes. He won't like it, but it's not about him. It's about society. Speaking of society, our graph shows our successful tax will eliminate the external cost to you and lower the MSC back to normal, bringing equilibrium price and quantity back down and up respectively, and slashing the deadweight loss to society. Now you're satisfied, and your friend will learn to deal with this result, since it's only ethical, which will effectively put us back at the socially optimal level. In the end, your friend is no longer hungry, and you are free to replace the food that he removes at no extra cost to you. Of course, by our logic, your dolt friend could have just gone to the market and bought his own food in the first place, but that's his fallacy, and we've already fixed ours.